Good morning, everybody. Time is 10:52 a.m., March 19th, Thursday, 2026, here again in New Orleans. Last few days of the trip, we're eating at a really nice restaurant here, Rue Royale Antoine, right here. They got a really nice menu here. This is like a breakfast restaurant with a bunch of stuff like the sandwich po' boys at the back here, nice appetizer, soup, entree salads, and all that good stuff. So, and here's also the drink menu here. So really good stuff. We're probably not going to, get any alcoholic drinks right now, but maybe for tonight we will. Here's the vibes in the restaurant. We got the corner seat, and it's just really nice around here. Like, it's a corner restaurant, and then you can see so much seating. They opened up some of the doors out there for fresh air. Got the fans going. I got the nice window seat around this corner. So yeah, and then on the other side is the bar area. Again, I just gotta show y'all the interior. It looks so cool in here. And I saw in the evening time, it gets really crowded in this corner, but we're one of the first people here besides the bar. And the other side has a couple people already there, but yeah, this is it. Cheers to some wonderful black coffee right there. Yeah, the coffee's good without the sweeteners and all that sugar stuff. It's good to drink as is. Today's going to be a really interesting day for us. We're going to be going to the World War II Museum. It's about a 30-minute walk to the south, but we walk pretty fast anyway. So we'll be there. We're going to walk there. We're not going to drive because, we want to kind of take in all the things around us as we walk to our destination. The World War II Museum is probably the #1 thing people recommend to go, as you have to go there. At this point of the trip, day 4, we have seen most of, the highlights in the French Quarter, New Orleans. We tried the beignets and all that good stuff. Tomorrow, change of plan, we're going to be going on the boat tour around the Mississippi River in the morning at 11 a.m. instead. So the reason why instead of doing the boat tour tomorrow at 6 p.m. is because I was too late on the tickets. I could still do the 6 p.m. tour at night, but it would require me to pay an extra $50 for dinner service on the boat. But to be honest, I'd rather eat dinner inland because there's so many nice restaurants here. Sure, nothing wrong with the dinner in the boat experience, but for an extra $50 cost, it's kind of let's be real. So yeah. World War II Museum all day today, because people say you can spend the whole day at the World War II Museum, but I'm trying to just do up until 5 p.m. So after we finish eating, around 12:30, we're going to walk down to the World War II Museum, get there by 1 p.m. So we get a good 4 hours to kind of speed run the highlights of the World War II stuff. Just a heads up for everybody, there's apparently how they run the museum is there's different pavilions that highlight different parts of the war. So we'll be spending, pretty much taking our time / speed running it for the main pavilions, and then if any time we have left, we'll go to whatever other pavilions there are left about, to learn more about what happened during the war and stuff. So, I'm looking forward to a really, really great, interesting experience there to really, see what they have to show, about World War II. It's a really big thing that happened for the world, obviously, because it's a world war. But yeah, I've been to many museums before, but this is my very first World War museum. So I'm super interested to see what this is about, and everyone's hyping it up. So I have no doubt this is going to be a very amazing museum. Oh wow, very nice.
Enjoy, okay?
Cool, thank you. Hello, how are you?
Going back for part 2 of the New Orleans trip, man. Everything's going wonderful. Everything's going great. You guys have a good day. Stay blessed and motivated. Thank you.
Awesome, sweet. Yeah, everyone here is so nice. I love it. So let's go ahead and eat. Get the coffee in the front here. Get resettled. Oh, cool. So now, you can see more of the interior of the restaurant behind me. So they opened up the doors and the windows over there so you can see and kind of get a very nice breeze, and with all that open, along with the natural light coming in, and notice they barely keep any lights turned on here because they want the natural light to come in, and with that breeze, and right now it's low 60s weather, up to 67 or 70 degrees today. All right. Got a nice biscuit here too. Very nice. Oh, lovely. Yeah, we're visiting from California.
Yeah?
Yeah, San Fran.
For how long?
Until this Saturday. I got here on Monday.
You got here on Monday?
Yeah.
Where are we at? Today's Thursday. So you leave in 2 days.
Yeah, in 2 days.
You've been here before?
No, this is my first time.
At this restaurant?
First time at this restaurant too, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's great, yeah. Everyone's super nice. Like, everything's great here. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got to catch a St. Patty's Day here earlier. Yeah, wow, it's huge because like, you know, we have parades in the West Coast, but like how everyone does St. Patrick's Day here is it's a whole different level.
You should come from Mardi Gras then.
I heard, yeah.
It's wild.
Oh,
it's
wow.
a good time though.
Yeah, for sure in the future. Yeah, today after this, I'm gonna go to the World War II Museum.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So I've heard that it's more like a 2-day thing, like it's massive. It's
Oh,
huge. So if you go, you may want to go early.
Okay, yeah. I think I'll see how far I get, like from like 1 o'clock to like 5 p.m. today. It's really good. Check out some of the hash browns here. Yeah, it's really great. You know, awesome recommendations from the restaurant. This is so cool. Oh, good look at that. If I can, it's a pretty heavy plate, but if I can show you all that egg, that's cheese on the top. Wow. That's like a cast iron pan there. That's really good. Wow. I've never had like egg in this pan type of style before. Like it is something else. Now biscuit. More black coffee. Oh, I think in here has like a sausage or something. Tomatoes. Wow. Yeah, the thing is like this place is so rich in cultural history. It's just really amazing getting to learn about everything here. And as I go to certain places, I read more into it on the spot, and I'm like, wow. We got the World War II Museum today, so looking forward to checking it out. The cool thing about this place is like the spot is right next to the hotel. It's just around the corner. It's super easy to get to. It's so cool. Like outside, as you see around this corner, a lot of people are just, you know, out and about, going about their lives, walking like the streets and the sidewalks there. So it's super chill. So here's the vibes right outside the restaurant. You guys see all those balconies there? We'll pay another visit to the cathedral. I think as long as we're here every day, every morning, we're gonna make a stop at the cathedral, you know, pray for a bit, and then be on our way to the next destination. Oh yeah, Easter's coming around the corner. Wow. Oh, what a vibe. The weather's getting really good right now. It's a beautiful sunny day today. So you can see so many different like restaurants and cafes with their doors open on all sides to let in the breeze and the natural light in. This place is 1.2 miles away. But yeah, enjoy the walking tour as we spend the next 30 minutes getting to the museum. It's a nice storefront for Walgreens. Holy cow, here's the vibes of our surroundings. Look how tall those buildings are. Super magnificent. Wow. And this one here, jazz it up. Wow.
take a picture of that. It's like for crossing, you kind of gotta know when to cross, because that's a one-way. Now we go. Okay. Wow. Wow, so nice. The breeze is amazing. Wow. Everything's like so well maintained here too. Well, it's Benjamin Franklin. Very nice. So cool. This one on the other side. Wow. Definitely a bike would be very convenient right now. This is it. This is St. Patrick's Church, one of the other Catholic churches here. Wow. Wow, that was a beautiful church. Okay, to the museum. Reporting in, you're late? Hey, made just in time. We're almost there to the World War II museum. These are nice. Wow, oh, wow. Okay, so let's go inside. Wow. Oh, there's a little bridge that connects the pavilions up there. It's it, the National World War II Museum. Wow. This is amazing. Here's the main lobby area. That's a massive World War II plane up there above us. And that's like a cannon over there. And then two boats, one on that end and one on the other end right there. But yeah, another small plane up there and the massive one above. It's like huge. I guess we can also this one. So cool. Oh, excuse me. Okay, awesome. Cool, thank you. Oh.
Trains Continental Limited will depart shortly. We're expecting no delays on this overnight journey that will take us through some of our country's majestic landscapes. The cafe car will be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Please make sure your belongings are stowed and enjoy the ride.
Nice. Got the music too.
I remember seeing the posters on the wall, and I really wanted to be a Marine. All the time I was in school, I always dreamed about that. We went up to the post office, and the recruiter told my dad, if he wants to join the Marines, we'll take him. All you have to do is sign since he's 17. And I went all through my physical. We got swore in. We were all marched down to the depot and got on a train just full of sailors and Marines.
I was going through Life magazine where I saw the Navy waves and how you could enlist and help America. And I thought, well, I think I would like to do that. And that started the ball rolling and they accepted me. They swore me in and they gave me a medical and some shots which made me feel pretty sick. And they put me on a train to Hunter College, New York, where they had the boot camp.
By joining, you could choose your branch of service. While I was ready to go abroad to do my part, I wanted to go someplace where I had a lot of odds in my favor, because I didn't want to be one of those left behind. So I walked in there at 9 o'clock, and by 5 o'clock that evening, they swore me in as the latest member of the Coast Guard. They instructed me to be at the railroad station that same night and be bound for St. Augustine, Florida, and commence 6 weeks of boot camp training.
I was out there working and the foreman said, how come you didn't go to school? And I said, well, I figured it didn't take a whole lot of education to go shoot people. You don't think we're gonna sit over here and let that war go on when we haven't got a chance to show our skill? And he said, we're not gonna go to war. And I said, yeah, we're going to war. It's just a matter of time.
I was home, getting ready to go to church and listening to the radio. And all of a sudden, the radio went flat. Then President Roosevelt, my fellow Americans, The Japanese have just attacked Pearl Harbor. So in church, I thought about it. My country was at war, and I didn't want to sit back and let other people fight that war. So when I went home, I said, Daddy, I'm going into the service. I knew I would eventually have to fight because it was a war for survival.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our final stop. Please gather your belongings and exit through the forward door. We wish you all a safe remainder of your journey, especially those of you serving our country and heading to distant shores. Thank you for riding the transcontinental link. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay, which way do you want to go?
So it gives you like a year-by-year timeline as you go through the wall from what happens.
We want no war, saving defense of our own people for our own honor. Not a war, not for me. The Star America should keep out. I know I will. In the event of war in Europe, I think we should stay on a different side. I think that this country should be divided with weight present and avoid your old arm and tangle. Let your fight all out. They mean nothing to us.
Never before has our American civilization been in such danger as
1941. Germany is advancing across Europe, while Japan expands its powers over vast stretches of Asia, with its eyes on the Pacific. Now, the United States stays out of the war, but imposes an oil embargo and freezes Japanese assets to cripple their war-making ability. To project strength, the year before, President Roosevelt moved the Pacific Fleet from San Diego to Hawaii, 2,000 miles closer to Japan. For the young American sailors, the war in Asia feels far away. They enjoy island life. In Washington, tensions mount as Japanese and American diplomats attempt a peace agreement. The Japanese military, however, has little interest in negotiating peace on this seemingly quiet
Men all blown up, men with no legs on, men burned to death, men drowned in oil.
2 waves of Japanese planes attack American military installations at Pearl Harbor. In just 90 minutes, they sink or damage 21 ships and destroy 347 planes. Nearly 2,400 Americans are dead. Almost 1,200 wounded. The United States Pacific Fleet is decimated.
December 7, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
Days later, Germany and Italy joined Japan by declaring war on the United States. The president's speech unites a previously divided nation, but the news only gets worse as Japan begins attack after attack in an attempt to dominate the Pacific.
Just now comes the word.
So everything kind of goes like in a sequential order, kind of like, from one thing to the next as you go through the pavilion. So it's really like a, kind of like a path process where it's like, you kind of don't just start in like a random spot. I mean, you could, but yeah, everything kind of naturally flows with the museum.
We are now in this war. We're all in it. All the way. Every single man, woman, child. Most tremendous undertaking of our
It's like a kitchen during the 1940s, I believe. Oh wow, it's an actual home. Wow, they did a really great job at getting this to be like a room.
Fear and racism sweeps away the constitutional rights of Japanese Americans on the West Coast, as citizens are locked up in internment camps.
2/3 of the evacuees are American citizens by right of birth.
Despite this disgrace, 33,000 Japanese American men and women serve and sacrifice, even while many have families imprisoned in camps. Japanese Americans face segregation in the armed forces. Still, the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, comprised entirely of Americans of Japanese descent, becomes the most decorated unit in the war.
American Indians show their true face when a true face
No ethnic group enlists at a higher rate than Indian Americans. Although many live segregated on reservations, they are committed to serve alongside white soldiers, and many are celebrated as heroes. African Americans are forced to serve in segregated
was in a Sunday school class, and somebody came in and said, "Hey, Japan, that Pearl Harbor." I said, "What's Pearl Harbor?" He looks at me. He said, "Right below Japan."
It's like a lot of, a lot of descriptions along the walls here, so it's very detailed. Interesting vehicles. It's like welding or something. Yeah, I think it's like welding. Yeah, it's welder's equipment. Oh, have a look in there. Let me actually get you all in there. It's in the welder's view. Oh. Okay, yeah. Interesting. Have a look at that. Yeah, I tried welding before for my engineering class. It's a tough job. Like, I would do it again, but it's really difficult. These are so cool.
That's right. Arsenal of democracy inspires technological innovation and boosts the American economy to ever greater heights. The railroads deliver the arsenal from factories across America safely to its ports. But now comes another challenge.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like the radio that they used.
As far as 4,000 miles across the Atlantic, 10,000 miles across the Pacific, and even 14,000 miles to the remote giant world via the Earth.
Oh, we got. I think the Manhattan Project is in there. It's a lot of room, so make sure you don't skip a corner.
Oh, really?
Authorizing the military to secretly attempt construction of a bomb. The president selects Colonel Leslie R. Rose to head up the Manhattan Engineer District. 125,000 workers at more than 30 Workers forbidden from discussing their jobs. Strict security measures in place.
During the war, more than 45,000 locomotives pull more than 1.7 million freight cars back and forth across the nation each year.
It's the Higgins boat production.
Rail passengers more than
That's how much detail goes into
and
these
freight
ships.
shipments soar 62%, as more than 3.15 billion tons of cargo
That's amazing.
is transported at the peak
Wow.
of production.
Okay, so we could go either left or right. Let's try this way. Lobby and exhibit. Huh. That was cool. Wow. Okay, next is go upstairs in this pavilion. Good, how are you? Oh, wow. Could you explain?
Hands-on history table.
Okay.
Operative term is hands-on.
Yeah.
So this is infantry in World War II,
Mm-hmm.
and this is combat medic in World War II.
Oh, okay. Wow. This is like just their water and all that?
Canteen, yeah.
Canteen, okay.
Yep. It came inside with a little cup so you can heat water.
I see.
Make soup in there.
Wow.
This is just to carry water.
Mm-hmm. And this folds, right? Like the shovel?
Excuse me?
The shovel folds?
Yeah, it does. This is the later version. The old version was just a regular shovel, but this is more compact.
Yeah.
Fits in that pouch, so it's a lot easier to carry.
Okay. Wow.
But that was the infantryman's second best tool besides the weapon. Because he gets out on the line and digs himself a foxhole and keeps his head down.
Yeah.
It's kind of important.
I see. This is like bleeding and all that? And
This is a bandage that went into these little bandages. Every medic would, not medic, but every soldier would carry one of these.
Okay.
So if he gets hurt a little bit, he can at least put a bandage around himself.
Yeah. And what kind of round ammunitions are these?
That's 30-06.
Oh, wow.
That's a clip from the M1 Garand.
Oh, wow. This is my first time seeing like an actual ammunition of that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was the rifle that Patton said was the best combat rifle ever manufactured.
Wow. What's this?
This, for a medic, they were like a combat medic on the front lines.
Yeah.
They were like a first responder.
Okay.
So if somebody's bleeding, they could stop the bleeding with the tourniquet, but if they bled too much and they lose too much plasma, they could replace the plasma in the field so they don't go into shock.
I see. Okay.
Because you could have a small wound and die from shock.
Yep.
So they could hang this dehydrated, they put water in it, rehydrate it, and hang it in the field. And it's universal, so you don't have to type and match it.
Okay, yep. Okay, and then the cross makes it clear if they're a medic.
Now you see the cross on here, the red cross?
Yeah.
Kind of amateurish. That's because it was hand painted on there by the medics themselves.
Oh, okay.
Because the Army didn't issue them a medic helmet as such. Because in World War II, you have what is still today, you still have the Geneva Convention, which sets the rules of warfare. One of those rules is that medics are non-combatants. Okay? So they can't be shot at, and they also don't carry weapons. So they can't shoot you, and you can't shoot them.
So I'm just like...
They're there to save lives, not take them.
I see.
So in Europe, the Germans were signatory to the Geneva Convention, and they abided by that. Japan was not signatory, and they ignored it. So if you had a cross on your helmet, you became a target. They would kill medics.
Oh.
They were a primary target. Because if you can kill him, he's not there to administer aid to other soldiers.
Yeah.
So they would get a plain helmet, and if you're in the Pacific, more often than not, they wouldn't have any insignia on them at all. Identified as a medic.
Wow. Observation deck, education offices. Okay, let's check it out. It's a close view of the plane. Wow, they show miniatures of the battleships. go. So again, that's one of the big World War II planes. That's another plane up there. All right, let's keep going. So to everybody watching right now, I hope that you're all enjoying the museum. Super cool. This is the USS Missouri. USS Arizona. Oh, these are aircraft carriers. Wow. Very nice miniatures. Wow. You can look at the wing of that. That is massive. Wow. Hi, how are you?
Forgotten. Long before the United States enters the war, they are already serving on the front lines, crisscrossing enemy-infested seas to deliver critical supplies to allies around the world. In the months after the U.S. officially joins the fight, as the arsenal of democracy begins to churn out millions of tons of equipment and materiel, the seamen step up their efforts to deliver goods to American and Allied troops. Across a cold Atlantic to Great Britain,
Marine, we deliver the goods, so this is more like delivering the supplies to the people in the front.
To the Soviet Union, into the Mediterranean, to Italy and North Africa. The men crossed vast expanses of the Pacific to supply Australia and troops in the South Pacific Islands.
Sorry. Sweet, the European and Pacific theaters. Wow. Multiple pavilions to go to. That's a nice plane.
In the meantime, the United States intends to send just enough troops to the Pacific to prevent Japanese advances. The Japanese continue to sweep across the Pacific and soon threaten Australia and New Zealand. This drive leaves Roosevelt little choice but to direct more of America's meager assets to the Pacific. The war against the Japanese will be conducted across thousands of miles of ocean, a scenario that demands a new naval strategy. The outcome will be determined from above and from below by Allied submarines, strangling Japanese supply lines. But before this strategy can be implemented, the United States suffers extreme defeats. The Japanese seize the United States territories of Guam and Weymouth.
Also, Doolittle raid. Guadalcanal.
Attacking supply lines coming from the United States. A pivotal step in the Japanese strategy involves building an airfield on Guadalcanal from which to launch their air attacks. On the other side, the U.S. must launch its first land offensive. The Americans intend to halt the Japanese advance and protect their allies by sending in the Marines to seize the airfield on Guadalcanal. No one expects this fight to last very long.
We were so young and so stupid, and we had no concept of what war was supposed to be like.
And fear your mouth is dry, and your heart is racing, and one day you're born.
And the bombardment, never. We were bombarded home.
Pivotal step in the Japanese strategy involves building an airfield on Guadalcanal. The Americans need to halt the Japanese advance and protect their allies.
It's very immersive in here with all the plants and the lighting.
The elements of everyday life. The oppressive heat, overwhelming humidity, punctuated with torrential downpours, can turn living in the jungle into a debilitating torment. With these young Americans, the islands can feel as alien and primitive as a distant planet. There are no roads, no shelter, no amenities that one normally associates with basic living. But within the jungle, there lurks something silent that is potentially as deadly as a bullet or artillery shell. Held by the Japanese, the Allies will selectively island each new island. The Allies will construct airfields to support the next
Wow, this is amazing. Now, we have a Medal of Honors displayed here too. from the military. Wow.
And I got plenty of sides to the sausage and stuff. I just don't get it out anymore.
Taught from childhood that the Chinese are racially inferior, Japanese troops descend on the city, murdering hundreds of thousands of soldiers and civilians, including children. Women and young girls across the city are also raped, many mutilated. Atrocities continue elsewhere as the Japanese build laboratories where they conduct hideous biological experiments on civilians. Most infamously, at Unit 731, tens of thousands are killed as human guinea pigs, including entire villages subjected to germ warfare. By late 1941, President Roosevelt seized the strategic importance of keeping China from falling. Chinese resistance can prevent the Japanese from marching north to join Hitler's efforts to knock the Soviet Union out of the war, and south to supply orders. Battleship engagement in history, the Allies stopped the Southern force dead in its tracks. The entire Japanese enterprise now rests on the shoulders of Vice Admiral Takeo Kubita, who was sprinting southward uncontested. It was Nearly 5,000 sailors lose their lives, more than in any other naval battle in the war. The fighting takes the heaviest toll on civilians, and hundreds of thousands are trapped by the battles. Japanese propaganda has convinced the open allies that American soldiers will commit unspeakable atrocities against them if they surrender. So in the battle,
The escalator down to Berlin. Okay, it's to the European theater down. Wow. Hopefully, how's everyone liking the museum?
So as we roll into 1940, with those European nations really following their founders, when France falls in just 6 weeks, it really shocked the world at their fall.
Our freedom
And by
is
the
at stake. First, the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor without any warning. And now Hitler and Mussolini have declared war on the United States. These have threatened war nations across Europe and Asia and are now casting their eyes on new conquest. Together, we face a daunting challenge with a war on 2 fronts. Our enemies will not dominate the skies and do business. Gently separated.
Undertaken by many Allied nations ends the stalemate. The forces trapped at Anzio break up. The Gustav Line collapses. And on June 4th, 1944, the Allies take Rome, the first Axis capital to fall. But the jubilation of freeing the Eternal City lasts just long enough to be captured by the newsreels, as once again the campaign comes to a bloody stalemate. This time at Kesselring's new defensive position north of Rome, the Gothic Line. Fresh regiments pour onto the front lines, including the Japanese-American 442nd Regimental Combat Team. Even though their families back home are seen as a threat to national security, these men will become some of the most decorated soldiers of the war.
We were not just fighting for our country, we were fighting for ourselves, our families, and for the Japanese American community. We were determined to
December 18th, the action for convoy president of Iraq. Not only is there no 51 hostile
as experts on long-range bombing missions. Now, the Americans will launch a massive bombing raid on Berlin in March 1944. According to one pilot, morale was not disparate. By June, the Americans have won the battle and their supremacy over Northern Europe. As the U.S. Army prepared to
staggered altitudes between 6,000 and 3,000 feet. At 4,500 feet, Major Dewhurst's aircraft released Heavyweight 2, the second element of 18 bombers. As they reached the French coastline, German defenders on the ground unleashed ferocious fire aimed at the formation. The planes are so low to the ground that the bombardiers in the nose of the planes have a terrifyingly clear view of their enemies. As the formation pushes on through the hail of enemy fire, they are stunned by the enemy coastline. The formation nears its targets at Utah Beach. The area is blanketed in smoke caused by explosions from the incessant incoming naval gunfire. The lead elements ahead of the formation successfully third elements. Undaunted, Major Dewhurst presses on through the chaos of the air to his target around La Madeleine. Below him, thousands of troops in Higgins Post plow through the choppy water toward their landing site. At 06:27 hours, Major Dewhurst leads his formation on the final high-risk bombing run over Utah Beach. Precisely as planned, just minutes before the troops hit the beaches, the 553rd drops their bombs. The bombs score direct hits as the landing troops close in on the beach. The formation clears the skies above the devastated target and begs rain to return to England. Just 3 minutes later, at 06:30 hours, the American 4th Infantry Division lands on Utah Beach. The attack by the 386th Bombers proved to be a massive success.
France, they have created a daunting defensive line, the Atlantic Wall. Millions of tons of steel and concrete, laced with mines and mortars and machine guns, defended and reinforced by 500,000 German troops. It is a work of Hitler and his seasoned field marshal, Hermann Rommel.
The war will be won or lost on the beaches.
Just across the English Channel, the Allies are preparing the largest amphibious and airborne invasion the world has ever seen, Operation Overlord. More than 1 million Americans, British, Canadians, and other allies are involved. Through this aircraft and transportation systems, the Allies now have a critical asset, control of the air. The invasion is a huge deal. No one has ever attempted to do
The Jerry's attacking hard. Our boys are up against some of their toughest divisions. It's been 2 months now, and the battle is still going hedge to hedge. Our tanks are stopped cold until one of the bright boys gets an idea. A plow up front. Once again, good old-fashioned American ingenuity saves the day. Our boys are back on the march, but the toughest battles are still ahead. With the hedgerows behind them, our boys push inland to liberate France. The Jerry's are digging in for a fight.
big mess of tanks was coming across the other bridge. And boy, they started running toward us down that railroad yard there. Boy, we really killed quite a few of them.
Minefields, and artillery. The Siegfried Line coils along the German border like dragon teeth, poised to shred approaching armies. As summer wanes, Eisenhower attempts to smash through the line at the German city of Oregon. The fighting is ferocious as the American First Army encounters a city armed to the teeth with mines and soldiers.
The Battle of the Bulge was the largest engagement in the history of the U.S. Army. Over 600,000 American soldiers, nearly 90,000 casualties. But now, the road to Berlin is open.
Oh wow. All the snow environment here for the immersion.
The greatest battle the U.S. Army has ever fought. Not a single soldier in that army had the slightest sense of what was about to happen.
They are rounded off in hundreds of thousands, even millions. For American forces, fight continuing in the Pacific. Post-war Germany. Together, these men and women will share a bond of pride, courage, sacrifice, forged on the battlefields of Europe, as they fought to free us from the darkness of tyranny and restore a sense of hope to the world. (1945), winter is finally passing. The Soviets are on the march from the east, while American and British forces advance from the west. Demoralized enemy.
At last, we had Jerry on the run everywhere, and it was just a matter of running him to death and destroying him, and getting this damn war over.
Instead of surrendering, Hitler flings children and grandfathers into battle. The Führer would rather annihilate the very people and nation he professes to love than admit defeat. Most military and SS officers, loyal to the Führer, remain duty-bound to fight to the last man. But ordinary German soldiers, realizing the war is lost, surrender in large numbers. And Americans come as liberators rather than conquerors.
Because I've done this, this, and this. I kind of walked through that dance real quick. I might do
Wow. This museum is amazing. Oh, this is the Anne Frank area where, for those of you who don't know, like Anne Frank was in hiding from, the Nazis, and their family, I think, stayed upstairs in this room behind this kind of like this bookshelf thing, and they lived in this area, and they had to be extremely quiet while normal operations happened around this area. And that night, the family would be in this area here, behind the bookshelf. Oh, wow.
You see the eight of us in the end, specifically on the patch of blue sky, surrounded by menacing black. I'm lonely, really lonely. From everyone. Conversation, freedom, friends, being alone. Alone to cry. I'm restless. I walk from one room to another, breathe through the crack in the window frame, feel my heart beating as if to... I think spring is inside me. Still air. This morning Peter was busy cleaning up. The two of us looked out at the blue sky. The bare chestnut tree glistening with gems. The seagulls and hummingbirds glinting with silver.
And he's been holding to baby for now for 15 years semester.
That'll be the next volunteer. Okay. Maybe twice a week.
It's a chapel.
I managed that. Buddha started with us too.
Oh, wow. It's like a chalice, too. Oh, this is probably the Catholic. Yeah, the military chaplain. Be more back for this one. Wow. So this one highlights the chaplains in the field. Wow. This is the Fuhrer Museum scale model. Unrealized Art Museum. Wow.
Adolf Hitler and the Nazis murdered millions of people, Jews and others they deemed inferior. They also carried out massive premeditated theft of works of art, stripping Jews of private property, in particular their artworks and cultural belongings.
Super immersive. This is an amazing museum.
All challenges and opportunities ahead. A new era for freedom dawns worldwide.
If you haven't been, there's a odd way to
American, British, French, and Soviet governments forged ahead these challenges, established
But in the post-war years, one thing unites them. From President Eisenhower to George H.W. Bush, U.S. presidents have served in uniform during World War II. Their actions are inspired by President Franklin Roosevelt's core freedoms. The hard-won freedoms of World War II soon face a new challenge. The Soviet Union detonates its own nuclear weapon in 1949, and the world is now living under the constant fear and real possibility of total global nuclear destruction. As the Soviets consolidate
defeat fascism, forces set on destroying freedom and democracy. At the end of the war, the United States is a superpower, a nation with unmatched wealth, might, and sweeping influence, the most powerful nation in the history of the world. New threats emerge from another extremist ideology, communism, and the U.S. takes on a new mission to champion global freedom. The U.S. military is supreme in 1945, able to deploy force by land, air, and sea to locations around the globe, and it is the only country in the world with nuclear weapons. The U.S. economy is also supreme. American corporations dominate.
All right, next up is the Liberation Pavilion. I gotta say, this is amazing. Just everything is just really well presented, very detailed, informative, educational, immersive as well, especially with all, like the forests and the snow and all that you saw. Whoa. That's cool. Look at that, everybody. Wow. Oh, so many planes. Wow. Holy cow. Look at that. This is amazing. That's a very nice plane. Oh, there's one of the door gunners there. Wow, it's a lot of uniforms. It's the Air Force. Just gonna get some quick photos of these. Yeah, all the different military uniforms from each branch. Got a tank over, there's a tank on the bottom side there. But again, all these World War II planes, you can see some door gunners over there. Got the back gunner right there. It's amazing. Like, these aircraft are huge. Oh, I just realized that's a bomb hanging under it. Wow. On the bottom side. Oh, wow. They make it look like, you know, you're on an actual ship on this one, with the exterior. Almost like a battleship or, yeah, aircraft carrier. I think it's the battleship. There's a bell. It's a bomb rack. I want a better angle. It's the engine. Nice. And above us, all the planes that we saw earlier. And you can see some of the bombs on the underside of that plane over there. There it is. Wow. Oh, this is like, they kind of partitioned off a little section of the plane that you get to go inside and be immersed in. Wow. Yep, that's a 50 caliber. That's cool. Oh wow, that's the inside of it. The gunner that can sit on that and shoot from up there. Wow. This is where I guess the pilot would be inside. Yeah, I think the two pilots will be up there, and then I don't know if this is more like the gunner side. Yeah, I think this person would be on the gunner side because there's a hole right there. I think that they could shoot from the nose. Wow. I think we'll just continue on. Hitler's War on Modern Art. Wow. Wow. This is so cool. It's like a little maze that you can just walk around. It's very quiet here too. Wow. Wow. So on here. Oops. Do a quick walk around. Wow, it's a nice loop. Wow. Oh, that's so cool. These hats are cool. Wow. Wow. I'll have a quick look around here.
That would be it.
Ooh, nice tote bags. Yeah, super neat stuff here. Wow, those are nice glasses. That's cool. Nice.
Put two on there. It's so easy to miss.
Oh wow, these are nice shirts. Oh wow. These are nice.
There's some stuff in the store.
Wow, nice. Oh, these are cool tote bags too. Oh. So we finished the museum. Time is 3:58. Around 3 hours that we spent here. 75 degrees, sunny, and sun goes down at around 7:11. Wind gusts up to 5 miles per hour. You know, weather, high 70s. So we're looking pretty good. Here's the vibes around. We're walking back up north to the restaurant for lunch. Super breezy, good amount of shade from the sun. Hoydra Street. There it is. It's very nice. We're almost there. We're coming up around 2 more blocks.